It's going to be intense from beginning to end with not so much ramp up.
Who else is feverishly trying to devour every crumb of information about the final season of Stranger Things? We'll be getting into everything we know from the release date, the plot, and the fate of some of our beloved characters. Number 1. This seems pretty inevitable. Time is a tricky thing, especially when filming a TV show that focuses on kids. Ideally, we'd have shot season 4 and 5 back to back, but there was no feasible way to do that. Because of how quickly the cast changes before our eyes, we're most likely going to experience a time jump because of how long the show takes to film. How that jump will play out in the story, we're unsure. Number 2. Not only is he still alive, but he's a major player in this final season. And so is someone else we thought we'd lose, but more on that in a minute. At the end of season 4, Will tells Mike that Vecna is hurt, but he's still around. If that's not enough to confirm he's going to cause more trouble for everyone, Jamie Campbell Bower claims he knows all about season 5, and to take from that what you will. Number 3. Regardless of everything else, the ending is solidified.
I don't think we've deviated truly in any season for the finale. We've always stuck to it.
Also, to get to that ending, there's no time for build-up or normalcy. Season 5 starts completely action-packed and drives forward at full speed.
It's just going to be going 100 miles an hour from the beginning.
Matt and Ross wrote the opening scene pretty early on, and according to them, it starts out wild and intense right from the jump. Number 4. This one is pretty heart-wrenching. According to Matt and Ross Duffer, Max is in what in real life we would call an irreversible coma. She has no use of her brain and is in pretty rough shape. But in the world of Stranger Things, who really knows? When talking about her irreversible coma in the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, we get this little tidbit.
Brain dead and blind.
And all of her bones broken.
Yeah,
but she's doing great, John.
Even Sadie Sink has no idea what's in store for Max. She says the Duffer Brothers have been very secretive about it. Number 5. The Upside Down takes over. This is going to be major, and definitely appropriate for a blowout finale. We've always wanted the Upside Down encroaching into Hawkins in a more massive way. We hinted at it a little bit in season 2, but we want a full-blown Upside Down invasion, and that's something you just can't hit the rewind on. Number 6. Do you think he'll get a new haircut? Unfortunately, that's kept tightly under wraps, but what we can tell you is that he's going to be the main focus of season 5, going back to how season 5 is circling back to season 1. Will Byers' disappearance was the main storyline. We're going to be finding out exactly why that happened. Will's going to be a big part and focus. We're starting to see him coming of age, really, which has been challenging for a number of reasons, some of which are supernatural, but you're starting to see him come into his own. Not only will we be seeing his character arc and coming of age story, but we're going to find out about his connection to the Upside Down, how he and Vecna are connected, and why he was chosen in the first place. The Duffer Brothers also plan on exploring his love life, saying it's going to be much easier to talk about in the show's final season. Number 7. A character so short-lived but so impactful. Will that really be the last we ever see of Eddie? We can't be totally sure. What we do know, and we quote, is that his demise is going to have some huge repercussions for the rest of the gang. Number 8. There are so many questions we're going to get answers to in the final season. One of them being why the Upside Down is stuck in the past. That's something we don't answer in Volume 2, and that is really the key plot point. The key question that is going to drive our final season as we try to wrap up this story and give the rest of the answers out. Number 9. Millie Bobby Brown really wants to see some character demise here.
I do want her to die. She needs to die. Right?
But Matt and Ross Duffer don't agree with that type of storyline. They said this is Stranger Things, not Game of Thrones. What did Millie call us? She said we're sensitive Sallys. She's hilarious. Believe us, we've explored all options in the writing room. Just as a complete hypothetical, if you end Mike, that's depressing. We feel most confident that we probably won't have to endure more heartbreak in that area, but that does bring us to our next point. Number 10. There's going to be a lot of them. When the Duffer Brothers brought season 5 to the same executives they pitched season 1 to, they got a powerful emotional response that indicates we'll all be crying for days. Everyone there had also been present when we first pitched the show in 2015. While we were strangers then, we were now friends, and there were a lot of tears when it was over. They said they saw executives crying who they had never seen shed a single tear before. Number 11. Say goodbye to California and Russia. According to Matt and Ross Duffer, Season 5 will be circling back to Season 1 in a major way, including going back to Hawkins, Indiana. Joe Keery, who plays Steve, told Esquire, "Hawkins is the origin of everything and also where everything will end." Number 12. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
We've been developing the story, which we haven't told anybody yet. So I don't even know if anyone's going to like it.
We think everyone, including Netflix, will be surprised when they hear the concept because it's very, very different. Apparently, the only person who correctly guessed what it could be about was Finn Wolfhard. Tell us your theories in the comments. Number 13. The Season 4 episodes had majorly long runtimes. Not like we're complaining. One thing we know for sure about Season 5 is that the Duffer Brothers want the episodes to run a lot shorter. Characters are already going to be in action, they're already going to have a goal and a drive, and I think that's going to carve out at least a couple hours and make this season feel really different. We also know that the title for Episode 1 is called The Crawl. Number 14. We're not too surprised about this one. We know we said the episodes are going to be shorter, but the finale is going to be grand. We can't expect anything less. Considering the Season 4 finale ran over 2 hours long, the Duffer Brothers told Josh Horowitz on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast that the last ever episode isn't sparing anything. I'm sure the wrap-up will be a lot longer. It's going to be Return of the King-ish with like 8 endings. Number 15. We know that's top priority information. Unfortunately, though, it's not some of the most concrete. What we do know is that it's most likely not going to be until late 2023, or even more likely, sometime in 2024. The writing of Season 5 is underway. That was confirmed in August of 2022 with this picture from the writer's room. According to Millie Bobby Brown, filming is supposed to start in 2023, but they also don't tell her much. I know as much as you know. I really am clueless. And also, they don't want to tell me. I've got a huge mouth. Are you as excited as we are for the next installment of Stranger Things? Although we're dreading the end, we can't wait to see how things will turn out with Will, Max, Vecna, and the Upside Down. Do you have any theories for the final season? Share them with us in the comments.